I didn't hear anything, did you?
Oh, yeah, I definitely heard a noise.
Like what?
Sort of a whooshing sound.
Whooshing sound, like we ran over something? Because I don't see any puncture.
Well, maybe it was more like a hiss than a whoosh. Or it could have been a slow leak.
It's a perfectly new tire.
Yeah.
Well, flat tires happen. That's why people have spares.
Spares, right.
Be a gentleman and change it for me, would you?
Me?
Mason, if it weren't for you, we wouldn't be here. I mean, you and your 2 cups of sake that supposedly incapacitated you. I was just doing you a favor. I'm just giving you a ride home. I should be at home in bed with a book and a cup of chamomile tea.
Okay. I suppose you have a flashlight, do you?
In the glove compartment.
Well, be a gentleman and get it for me, would you?
What was that?
I don't know. It sounded like something big.
Oh, my God. Who's there?
Animals come down from the hills looking for stuff to eat and water.
You're sure brave, aren't you?
Thank you.
All right, get the jack, would you?
Sure. What does it look like?
Well, it looks like it. Mason, you ever changed a tire before?
Why, is there some trick to it?
Past visiting hours.
I have an in with the nurses. This is a wonderful movie. Have you seen it?
I used to run a 5-minute mile myself. Not every time. I'm not built for it.
You're built just fine.
Enough.
Are you comfortable? Would you like to lie flat?
No, I'm tired. I wish you'd just please leave me alone.
Well, then sleep. I'll be quiet.
I asked you not to come back.
I know.
Amy, don't make me call the nurse. Amy.
You tell me what you need and I'll get it for you. Just pretend I'm not here. I'll be quiet. I'll stay out of your sight. I'll fluff your pillows. I'll raise your bed. I'll get your medication. I'll do anything you want. But I won't go away.
Why did you say that?
Brandon, just give your mother a chance to explain, okay?
Sweetheart, why did I say what?
That you're not my real mother.
Oh, of course I'm your real mother. I would never say something like that.
Augusta, if you're responsible for this.
I heard you.
I had nothing to do with this.
Of course you did. You planned this whole thing to happen, just like Santana and you planned the other day.
How dare you blame me? How did I know you were going to walk through the door, that these 2 were in those stupid outfits?
Why don't you be quiet? Just both of you be quiet for a minute.
If you aren't my real mother, then who is?
Brandon, please, just think back. Think back as far as you can remember, all right? When we lived in Bel Air in that big old house with Daddy. Your first Daddy. And you didn't have any other mommy then, did you? I was the only one. It was just me.
I don't believe you.
Sweetheart, you know I wouldn't lie to you, right?
I don't know.
Brandon, wait a minute!
Yeah, all I ever learned about cars was how to drive them and put down the top.
Where's the,
It's interesting you drive a convertible. That shows an adventurous spirit.
Mason, there's no jack handle here.
What? Well, there must be. That's not it, is it? I guess not, no.
All right, where's the nearest phone?
Oh, don't worry. Somebody will come along.
Well, nobody has so far. Why'd you make me take this road anyway? I mean, where's it lead to?
It's a shortcut.
To where? Mason, it's gonna run down the battery.
That's okay. I'll fix it.
I'll say this for you. You do make me laugh.
Look up. That's why I had to take this road.
The stars, you don't get them like this in the city.
Yeah. I may not know my cars, but I sure know my constellations.
Do you?
Oh, yeah. Eden and I renamed them all when we were kids. See, that's the big saucepan.
Dipper.
No, nobody uses a dipper anymore. And the little saucepan. And the bent-over palm tree. Tortilla major and minor. And over there's the naked hockey player.
Where?
It's right over there. You see, those six are his hockey stick, and if you follow on up, you see that? Yeah, Eden found that one.
I wonder how many women and how many cars with how many mysterious flat tires have gone through this routine before. Mason, what do you think this is? The 50s?
Oh, Mary, it's only an arm.
Yeah, with a hand attached to it. I know all about you. I've heard stories.
What story? Where are you going?
I'm going to find a phone to call a tow truck.
Mary.
You know what? Keep those. Add them to your trophies.
Mary.
Amy? Your recovery, I warn you, Brick, may be a slow one.
When will I be able to walk? Or, will I?
I can't answer that. Lumbar trauma is unpredictable. So much depends on where that piece of metal moves. I think Amy understands the care that's required.
I'll call you if we have any questions, I promise.
Wait a minute. What has Amy got to do with this?
I understood she'd be supervising you at home.
You're being released.
Since when? Nobody told me.
Well, when Amy stopped by my office this
You what?
afternoon.
Just listen.
Brick, a hospital stay like this is expensive. And medically, there's nothing more that can be done here. Amy wanted you at home, and it seemed like a sensible request.
It wasn't my request.
Doctor, can we have a moment alone, please?
Certainly.
Thanks.
I'll go down and call in Brick's prescriptions.
Thank you.
I'm not going.
My mother and Jade and I have fixed up a bedroom for you downstairs. You're going to be coddled within an inch of your life.
I'm not going with you.
You have to go someplace.
I'll go to a clinic.
At $300 a day?
Oh, fine. I'll find a hotel.
That's the dumbest thing you've ever said.
It's my life. And I'm still in charge of it. And you have no right to make my decisions for me.
You have no choice. Home is where you go when you have nowhere else to go. And your home is with us.
And your home's New Stalin. So why don't you just go back there and get your face put on a postage stamp or something, all right? I'll be fine.
I'll make you a deal. When you get out of that bed, you have my permission to get out of that bed and give me hell.
I want to keep my dignity. Can you understand that?
Yes.
And I know you think you're doing this for me, but I don't want it. It's not a pretense. I don't want to be around you.
All right.
I got a fight ahead of me. I need every ounce of energy that I've got. And I got to concentrate on me. I'm getting well fast.
I understand.
Amy, I'm not the same man that you fell in love with. Physically or any other way. Am I getting through to you?
Perfectly.
Good.
Are you through? I had no idea you'd be like this. I couldn't believe how obnoxious you can be. I drop everything. I fly. I don't know how many thousands of miles. I'm jet-lagged, exhausted, walking on eggs, not to say the wrong thing to you. What do? You tell me to get out. You deliberately try to hurt my feelings. But I don't care. Do you hear me loud and clear? I don't care. I'm taking you home with me.
Please, Lionel.
Just get out of my way, will you, Augusta?
I didn't have anything to do with this. Don't punish me by leaving now.
I heard you. I believe you. I was here. Remember? I just want to see if Brandon is all right.
What about me?
What about you, Augusta? You're not affected by any of this.
I was frightened by what happened here last night. I know what that child felt. Just that whatever he believed in about himself and the one person he trusted suddenly was brought to question. That's how I felt when I found out about you and Sophia.
Oh, Augusta.
I am sick and tired of this obsession you have about Sophia.
So am I! You don't know the meaning of sick and tired until you've run yourself ragged, peering through windows and listening to conversations and always following, thinking, I should trust him, I should believe him, but there you are with Sophia, talking to her, talking about it, talking to her children.
Augusta, you have known about Sophia for almost a year now.
You kept that from me for 20 years. What am I supposed to do, bounce back overnight?
It has been as much of a shock for me as it has for you.
Has it?
Yes!
Who do you tell your troubles to? Who do you open your heart up to? It's certainly not me.
Oh, I don't get it. I don't get it. First, you don't want to hear about it, and the next moment, you want me to pour my heart out to you. Now, why can't you decide what you want?
I want a place of honor in your life.
You have it!
I want to know that when I need you, you'll be there.
I am, but I have an obligation to that boy.
Only in your mind. You never made promises to Sophia and Brandon and Channing. It was me you promised to cherish the rest of your life. I'm asking you not to walk out that door. Now, I know that may seem capricious, but please, I just want to know that I mean more to you than he does.
Augusta, don't force me to make a choice like that. That boy needs me now.
No, he doesn't. But you want him to, and that's what scares me.
I'm sorry.
Brandon, sweetheart, where have you been? I've been worried sick about you. It's after 10 o'clock. I was ready to call the police. I had all the guards out looking everywhere for you.
I know.
Well, where were you? You ran out into the dark. I couldn't find you.
I have a place I go.
A place? Sweetheart, this is your place. This is your home. Do you know how bad I would feel if I ever lost you?
Why?
Why? Because I love you. After all these years, you don't know I love you? Everything I do for you. Even when I say or do things that seem strange and wrong, I do them because I want you to be happy. And more than anything, I want you to be with me.
Hey. Hi, sport. Everything okay?
No.
No?
Sweetheart, I know you're upset, but there's nothing to be upset about. You know, maybe I said the wrong word when I was with Mrs. Lockridge, or maybe you heard me wrong. That's probably what happened. But why would I say that I'm not your mother? Now, if I'm not your mother, who is?
You said that about Daddy, too.
Yes, I know I did, sweetheart. It was wrong of me. It was very wrong, but I explained that to you, didn't I? Would you listen to Lionel if you won't listen to me?
Brandon, Gina has been your mother in every way that's important.
There you go, sweetheart, you see? Now you trust Lionel, don't you?
Don't make him answer that, Gina.
All right, Brandon, tell me. Tell me. Who do you trust?
Mason. Mason always tells me the truth.
You know, I bet you used to be on your high school track team.
As a matter of fact.
How far would you say it was? A mile and a half? You know, we'd be halfway home by now if we'd walked in the other direction.
What? Why didn't you tell me that?
You didn't ask.
Mason, you have any change? I left my
Purse in the car. Yeah, I know. Allow me.
24-hour towing.
I can read. Well, how are your feet?
Perfectly fine, thank you.
Stockings aren't going to win any endurance awards. Yes, hello.
Hello, you've reached the business phone of Mason Capwell, attorney at law. We are now in the process of relocating...
Yes, we had a little car trouble, a flat tire, to be exact, and we have a spare, but we don't have a jack or part of it. I'm not really sure which. Anyway,
Thank you.
Yeah, right. Right. We're in a red convertible about 3 miles out on the Acacano Valley Road. Well, if we have to wait, we have to wait. Oh no, we're not going anywhere. Thank you.
Well, how long?
About an hour. I hope those are biodegradable.
What?
Your stockings. Look, I'm not enjoying this any more than you are. I can't wait for that tow truck to get here and fix your damn tire.
Oh, I'll bet.
You know, you are the most conceited woman I have ever met. I mean, I appreciate your showing off your legs to me.
The reason I took off those stockings was, first of all, they were completely ripped up, and they
If you
had
think I'm
things
going to
sticking on
be
them.
overcome with lust and drag you under the trees, you're mistaken. I don't know what stories you've heard about me, but you certainly haven't heard that I make a habit of dragging ex-nuns into the woods to rob them of their...
If the next word that you're about to say begins with the letter V.
Innocence. They're prudish, puritanical, nose in the air, stockingless innocence.
All right. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
Mason, you just have to remember I'm not used to being in situations like this.
Neither am I.
Well, no. What I mean is being alone with men, because I don't know what to expect, and I get nervous, and I think I overreact, probably.
Well, maybe I came on a little too strong, too. You notice I said maybe. Friends?
Yeah. Let's go back to the car and wait for the tow truck.
Okay.
The flashlight's dead.
Oh, that's all right. I got some matches. I picked them up at the sushi restaurant on, Hey, you know, as long as we're here, I should probably call home. And just let them know where we are, you know? Oh, good. Good, you're still open. Listen, do you, deliver by any chance?
Would you get it? If it's Gina Catwell, don't let her in.
Why? What happened? Forget it. I don't want to know. Hello.
Hi, I'm Janice. We met at the hospital.
We did? Oh, right. How are you doing?
Oh, great. The accident didn't really do anything to me. How's Mrs. Lockridge?
She's fine. Come on in. Augusta, this is Janice.
Harrison, the new chauffeur.
Hello. Janice Harrison, the new chauffeur. Hi.
I hear from Nick your old chauffeur's doing better, even though his spine is kind of, well, I hope he's okay.
You know Nick?
Sort of. His brother Dylan and I are pretty tight.
Well, it looks like you're,
Moving in.
Oh, Augusta, Janice is moving in. Fine, whatever. The sheets, the clean sheets are in the linen closet.
Well, to the chauffeur's quarters.
Do we have a chauffeur's? Forget it. Why don't you come with me? I'll make sure that you're comfortable and have everything that you need. Looks like you're a diver, huh?
Oh, yeah, it was my last job in Aruba. Better than tie-dyeing dresses. Oh, no. I did tattoos before that. Well, actually, I kind of liked it. Seeing all that skin, you know?
I'll bet you did. Well?
It's not resolved.
Sorry.
For what?
Brandon, for us, the way I feel. But I can't change anything.
Augusta, it's very hard for me to decide how I can meet the demands from you and the demands that I have inside myself.
I know. I understand that in my calmer moments. I really do.
It all came up so quickly. I didn't have the time to decide to whom I owe what and all that kind of thing. But when I started thinking about it, I realized that you may have a point. I'm willing to take the time now. I have decided not to see Brandon for a while.
Lionel, oh, darling, that's wonderful. I mean, I think that's what we need, you know? Some time between the two of us so I can feel your mind again. I wouldn't have all those jealousies and all that feeling of...
Augusta, when was my last trip?
Your last expedition, I don't know. Last summer. Why?
I'm feeling that I should go away again.
Alone?
For a while.
Imagine living like this, outdoors, in caves, wherever.
I think the outdoors is a nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there.
You can really see, though, why people thought there were spirits in the earth and the trees.
I think there's spirits in every living thing, don't you?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Trees talk to each other. Did you know that? Yeah, they found that apparently if one tree develops a particular parasite, that the trees around it will start producing a toxin that repels that particular bug.
How do they do that?
Nobody knows. They communicate. They send warnings to each other or something. All kinds of miraculous things happen in nature that we don't understand because the only messages we really understand are verbal. You know, you could take a lesson from the trees when it comes to me.
What do you mean?
Don't listen to what I say. I mean, I talk a lot. I say a lot of stupid things. The message is underneath. The message is silent.
Oh, we're being rescued. Wait a minute, that's not a tow truck.
Hello.
2 sushi dinner, 12 pieces, 2 Japanese soda,
Good.
1 green tea, 2 fortune cookies.
Very good. Thank you very much. Set it down.
Fortune cookies from a Japanese restaurant?
Yeah, that's why I like this restaurant.
Huh.
And the candles, wonderful.
Look at that tekkemaki, my favorite.
I thought you said you never had sushi.
I lied. Excuse me, do you happen to have a jack handle in your van?
No need. See? Screw off top.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You enjoy.
Thank you.
And your bill?
All right. You keep the change.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Isn't this lovely?
I think it would be best.
Why? Why can't you do whatever thinking you have to do right here?
I don't want that kind of pressure, Augusta.
Pressure?
I know what you want me to be. I know what you want me to feel, and I don't want to look in your eyes and see that 24 hours a day.
Oh, darling, I won't say anything. I'll be very quiet. Well, we can do all kinds of things. Everybody's gone. You could have the most wonderful month or 3 weeks or whatever. We could sleep late and do all those crazy things we used to do, like...
Augusta, what am I supposed to do with Brandon? I've seen him almost every day. What am I supposed to say? Hey, I won't see you for a couple of weeks. So long. Augusta, that boy is beginning to lose faith in anyone.
The hell with Brandon. What am I supposed to say when you go off on one of your vague missions? What am I supposed to tell Miggs and the children and all our friends?
I'll explain it to the family. And as for friends, I'm not sure you have any, Augusta.
Have you ever wondered why?
I don't have to. I mean, you've resigned from every charity board you were on. You've given up everything. You never go out. You just spend your days wondering what I'm doing, planning to see exactly what Lionel is doing every spare moment. And when is the last time you even had anybody over for lunch?
I got tired of the whispers and the looks and the sympathetic questions. How are you doing, Augusta? Where's your husband? Everybody in this town knows about it. Lionel, about your affair with Sophia and your offspring. I get a lot of polite hellos and all these people wondering how long I'm going to hold out. And so do I.
Sorry. I didn't realize.
It was just easier to just cut them off. Lonely. I love you, Lionel. And I want to be your wife. But sometimes I'm very ashamed. Sometimes.
Come with me. I mean it. Come on, we'll fly to Tahoe, we'll see Lakin, make sure she's all right, and then we'll spin the globe and pick a place. And if that isn't the right place, by God, we'll pick another one. How about it?
You won't resent me or think I'm forcing you.
I want you to be with me.
Just hearing you say that is almost enough.
Well, sweetheart, aren't you going to finish your ice cream? You hardly touched it. No, thanks.
I can imagine what time it is. I let you stay up very late tonight. But, Mason still isn't back yet, so I think you should go to bed, don't you? Now, you can ask Mason tomorrow anything you want to ask him.
Mommy?
What?
Are you mad at me?
Of course I'm not mad at you. I'm just upset because you're upset. No, I know how you feel, though. I do understand it. When I was a little girl, I used to wonder if I was adopted, too. Now, isn't that silly? Sweetheart, I just wish you'd listen to me. But if you can't, I'm glad you'll listen to Mason.
Mason's brave. He saved me in the middle of an earthquake.
Yes, that's right. I rely on Mason a lot, too. And he's going to put your mind at ease. I'm sure of it. Come on, let's go upstairs.
Like a fortune cookie? What's yours say?
Interesting.
What is it?
You go first.
Petals blown on the wind will bring you love and insecurity.
Insecurity?
That's a misprint.
No. What that means is, you see, a chance event will come along and bring to pass in your life.
Either that or I'm going to fall in love with a florist. Not you.
My others are good.
Stop stalling.
Mason, this is, it's a little personal.
Oh, good. Read it.
All right. Generosity is the shrubbery of life.
What?
Generosity is the shrubbery of life.
A shrubbery? I think it loses something in translation.
No. You see, what it means is that the shrubbery is very pretty and naturally makes things look very nice. So if you're generous, that means
it's like
that
planting shrubbery all over the place.
Oh, exactly.
She even has a sense of humor. You're perfect, you know that?
I feel perfect. Right now I feel perfectly perfect.
You know, they're always talking about planting kisses. Well, you plant shrubbery. I think it would be generous of you if you would... You are so...
No, don't say I'm anything. I have a confession to make.
So do I.
You first.
I went first last time. You first.
Oh, right. I know that you let the air out of my tire.
Oh, that was my confession. How'd you know?
I just figured.
And you're not angry?
Moderately.
Talk about unoriginal, huh?
Yeah, it was pretty hokey.
You know what else I did? I threw the jack handle into the woods.
I should have figured.
Then when I went to the phone booth, I didn't call the towing service. I called my answering machine.
And here I sit, blissfully unaware, without a care in the world.
Thinking they're going to arrive at any minute.
Well, good night, Mason.
Wait a minute. Where are you going?
Well, you'll stay with the car, won't you? I'll call a tow truck when I get home, have them come pick you up.
Then you are mad at me.
Oh, why should I be mad? I knew you were a liar and a lech.
2 or 3 kisses does not a lech make.
And when you think about it, Mason, I've got a free dinner out of it. You're going to buy me a new jack. You're going to change my battery. You're going to change the tire, recharge the battery. And,
You didn't think I was so despicable 10 minutes ago.
oh, no, just laughable.
Wait a minute. Mary, wait. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for that to happen. Now, wait a minute. You think maybe it could be? Well, okay. Are we even now? All right. What about if I walk barefoot all the way home? Would that do it? Now are we even? Oh!
Now we are.
Mary.
Oh, good. Is that the stuff you're packing for Lake? Uh-huh. Because I've got some of her favorite things. I want to give her some sweaters and shirts and blouses.
Great. Wait a minute. She doesn't just need this to wear in front of strangers.
I'll put it in there.
What's this?
Oh, that's a little special something from me to her. Money.
Oh, you're a dear.
What's this?
Oh, that's vitamins, cold tablets, her favorite mint tea. You never know. And money. Ah.
So where are you and Lionel going after Tahoe?
We haven't decided.
Ooh, that sounds very romantic.
Uh-huh.
Be careful.
What is that supposed to mean?
You know what I mean.
No, I don't.
I just want everything to be right between you and Lionel, and don't tell me it's none of my business, because it is.
Look, none of this is my fault. It's that child.
If Lionel didn't care about that child and look out for him, he wouldn't be the same man that you married.
Look, it goes deeper than that. There's some reason that Gina only lets Lionel see Brandon. I don't understand that. Is she waiting to be booted out of the Capwells with no money, so she's going to show up on our doorstep with her little darling so she can stay here?
Don't think so far ahead. As a matter of fact, I got a great idea. Don't think at all it's dangerous. Just go, have a wonderful time. I'll keep an eye on Warren. I'll make sure that Minx doesn't get into any trouble, and I'll check and see if there's anything Brick needs.
That reminds me, I have to think of something very nice to send Brick when we leave.
Thank you very much. Good night. Tired?
Why? It's the most exercise I've had all week.
I'll get you nighttime medication.
Look, stop a second. First, something we got to get straight here.
All right.
First of all, I don't want to be here. I want you to understand that.
Believe me, you have.
All right. And secondly, there's some things that you're just not going to do.
Such as?
You're not going to sit by me all hours of the day making comforting conversation. I've had my belly full of sympathy and inspirational talks.
What else am I not going to do?
You're not going to bathe me or make my bed.
All right, there's a nurse coming part-time in the morning. She can do that.
And you're not going to feed me or take my temperature. And another thing, this is my room, and I just want you to respect my privacy.
Rick, it's right off the living room.
If you're not going to give me what I need, I'll just go someplace else.
You are so transparent. Don't you think I know what you're trying to do?
I'm just taking care of number one, like everybody else.
Why are you so angry with me? Because I went away?
Because you came back.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
You know, I used to drive the stock car circuit between Louisiana and Arkansas and East Texas. And I'm driving along one day, one of the tracks, and I hear the radio commercial for the show I'm about to be in. The guy says, Demolition Derby. Chills, thrills, and spills. Come see 18 daredevil drivers face the opportunity of death, but the certainty of destruction.
What are you getting at?
These guys knew their audience. You see, there's a certain kind of person that really gets off on that. And they all flock in to see it. You should see it. And if somebody gets hurt, they say, oh, the poor guy, isn't that terrible? He'll probably never walk again. So if one of us left in an ambulance, it was a good show. The crowd loved it. They went home happy. And you know why? Because they'd like to feel sorry for somebody. Makes them feel lucky, makes them feel good about themselves.
How dare you? How dare you? I'll tell you something. I don't feel sorry for you.
So why am I here? Why are you here?
You have to ask that. I can't tell you why. All right. Maybe you're going to have to spend the rest of your life in a wheelchair. That's hard. That's going to take a lot of adjusting. But it's not the end of the world, and lots of people have done it. And I'm not going to listen to your little tantrums of self-pity over it. You're alive, and you're the same man you always were. And let me tell you something else. We've had this same argument before, except the positions were reversed. I was the pregnant single woman who couldn't believe that you could care for me. Were you lying to me? Were you sticking around because you felt sorry for me?
That's the way it started out.
Well, we're not starting out now. And we're not ending it either. I love you, and if that's still true tonight, it's more irreversible than anything that's wrong with you. Now take these.
Amy, I'm sorry. Look, I love you, but
I know you hurt. And you're entitled to know why I came back. Okay, I'm stubborn. I had to wage this battle of wills with you about where we live and how we'd live. It wouldn't have stayed like that forever, me there and you here, and you know it. I wanted my own way. I didn't get it. So what?
Neither did I. Look, don't, please.
All right. These are the ground rules. You can get angry. You're entitled. I can get angry. I'll do what needs to be done. You can complain. We'll have these arguments. But you belong with me. And I belong with you. Okay?
We'll see.
Mason, is that you? Mary, are you all right?
Mason, you better get on the phone, get my car taken care of. I'm going to bed. I have to work in the morning.
Mason, what happened? Were you in an accident or something?
Sort of.
Sort of? Well, were you in an accident or not?
I don't want to discuss it, Gina.
Well, it must be pretty personal if you can't bear to say a word about what just happened.
Gina, did you tell Mary anything about me?
You mean about you and me? Of course not.
She seems to have some idea that I'm some kind of fast-talking Casanova.
Are you?
Forget it.
Mason, I have a favor to ask of you.
What kind of favor?
Well, it's not for me. It's for Brandon. You love Brandon, don't you?
Well, of course I do. What is it?
Well, do you love him enough to tell him a little white lie for his own good?
Just what kind of little white lie are we talking about, Gina?
To a wonderful, blissful, very, very romantic adventure to my favorite married couple in the whole world.
Cheers. It's fabulous. You're taking off in the middle of the night and you don't even know where you're going. Fabulous.
Well, thank you, Janet.
How nice. Our chauffeur approves of us.
Who hired her? Minx has some things that she wants me to wrap. I'll just take care of that.
I feel like a newlywed again. How do you feel?
You'll find out.
Monsieur Boulet? Oh, il est dehors. Oui, s'il vous plaît. Réveillez-le. Oui. Monsieur Boulet? I'm sorry to wake you. I thought it was later in the morning there. I just called to find out if you got my message from yesterday. You had a good trip. Oh, that's nice. Yes, well, Mr. Wallace has signed the papers and the deposits will be made. Oh, you know that. Fine. No, that's all. Thank you. Oui. Au revoir. Dormez bien.
I'm sorry, it scares me a little too. Is it sleeping in a strange place? This is your home? Your daddy and I, we made so many plans for you here. And when Mommy was feeling sick or tired, well, your daddy took care of me right here. Uh-huh. And now your daddy's sick. We're gonna take very good care of you.
Amy?
Okay, little man. Here we go. I'm sorry we woke you.
Johnny?
Yeah.
Can I see him?
Sure.
He's so big.
Yeah.
But, I mean, when did he, he's just so big.
And heavy. He goes faster than anything I've ever seen. Faster than the speed of light.
But what did he, what did I miss? Does he do anything that I don't know about or anything like that?
Mostly he just puts things in his mouth and pulls my hair and stares. He looks at things for hours. I think he's going to be the strong, silent type. Unlike his father, that's the strong, big mouth type.
I don't think you should be telling him I'm his daddy.
Okay, Johnny, not to listen to your father. He's cranky. Would you like another pill? The doctor said if you're having trouble sleeping, you could take 2 of those.
Nah, I can hardly keep my eyes open now.
Then sleep.
Amy?
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night.
And good night, son.
No, it was all Augusta's fault. She tricked me into saying it.
And Brandon just refused to believe you when you told him it was all a mistake.
Well, they're filling his head with horrible things about me.
Oh, boy, that feels wonderful.
So, Mason, you have to tell him tomorrow, but don't let on we talked. Wait until he asks you and then tell him. Say, yes, Gina is your mother. That's not too much to ask, is it?
You know, Gina, I have such a knot in my shoulders I can hardly think. Would you mind rubbing them just a little bit? Oh, yeah, that's much better.
Can you think now?
Well, it's an awful lot to ask, Gina. You know how I feel about dishonesty.
Oh, Mason, stop clowning around. Will you do what I ask or not?
Oh, lighten up, Gina.
I can force you to do it, you know.
Gina, a suggestion. I don't like being pushed. You bully me, and I tend to bully back.
If you do, you can lose everything. Mason, decide whose side you're on right now. While you still have the chance.